Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fort Gordon from Augusta, Georgia, for today's Netcast Sports broadcast of the ECBL, the East Coast Basketball League. And we have a great game for you guys today because this game has playoff implications of the highest level. The winner of today's game between the Savannah Storm and the Fort Gordon Eagles will earn a playoff berth, and the loser will go home. So I just talked to the coach. Both teams are 5-5. Winner gets to play next week. Playoffs start this weekend. And so we'll be underway in just a moment. I'm Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports, and we will be joining you in just a moment. We may have a national anthem or something like that, so we'll step away. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But we appreciate everybody joining us here. And I'll be back in just a moment to give you some more information. And we'll enjoy some high-level basketball this afternoon from a beautiful day in Georgia on Netcast Sports. So I believe we're about to get underway. There was some discussion over here at the Netcast Sports broadcast booth of whether we were going to be doing the player introductions, and we would happily do that, but no one has given us the starting lineups, and we have no connection to the PA system. So barring those two major hurdles, we would have done it. But we're about to get underway here. Savannah Storm in the road blues, Fort Gordon in the home whites. I am Marcus Shockley, and alongside super producer Liam Donaldson, who will be chiming in from time to time whenever he wants to complain about a specific play. And the rest of the Netcast Sports crew. We are here and ready to take this in. No predictions to start this one off. So we're underway here, 11:47 left in the first quarter. Fort Gordon with the first bucket of the game, a 3-ball, and then take a quick lead. One of the things about pro ball at any level is the scoring comes fast and furious, and Fort Gordon proving that right away. They're the home team. Feed inside. Little jab step over the top, no good, bounces off the back of the rim. Rebound back to Savannah. They're going to push the ball. Up ahead to number 2, Maurice Brown. He's going to slow it up. Now they're going to work it around. James Sinclair, number 23. Stop. Wants to feed it inside. Gets it to the post. High post feed down to the low post. Good defense underneath the basket. Drift outside, mid-range, no good, and we're going the other way. high chinning rebound inside there by Daniel Quarles, number 35. Feed to the outside. Deep shot, no good by number 4, Michael Fryer. And once again, James Sinclair running the point, kicks it to the outside as Savannah works the ball around, has not been able to find the range yet. Nice little dump-off pass, and MacArthur Jones, the receiving end of that assist. And that puts Fort Gordon up by 5 early. 10:31 left to go here in the first quarter. You're watching Netcast Sports, coming to you live from Augusta, Georgia. That ball rattles around and out for number 3, Michael Coulson. Savannah still looking for their first bucket of the game. Too strong off the back of the rim, and once again, Fort Gordon will set up their offense. Savannah dodged a little bit of a bullet there, sagged on the defense. Three-pointer no good, and now we're going back with Michael Fryer running the point. Fryer kicks it to the outside. Number 24, Javon Tinker. Tinker shot, misses everything. We're going back. High-paced game early in this one. But so far, Fort Gordon getting the better of it. Tough defense on the outside. Fryer feeds it inside. He's working the block. Now to the high post right there. Actually right at the middle of the free throw, and that shot is good by number 32, Tyrone Beal. 7-0 lead now for Fort Gordon. Savannah Storm wants to break the ice on their end. They've got to get some buckets. Moving the ball relatively well. Nice mid-range shot there by number 2, Maurice Brown, and he cracks open the scoring book for the Savannah Storm, and that cuts the lead to 5. Up and under, and good finish. Strong through traffic by Tyrone Beal. Switched into midair from the left to the right hand and dropped it in. Fadeaway shot no good there by Greg Thomas. Now Sinclair once again bringing the ball up. That shot is good. 3 ball by Maurice Brown, and that cuts the lead to 4. So Savannah struggled early with their offense, but now have sort of found their rhythm on the last 2 out of 3 possessions. And that's the first 3 ball of the game for Savannah. Michael Fryer probing the defense there with the dribble. Little spin move, drop, little underneath. Faded inside to Michael Coulson, but that's going to be a shot clock violation. Unfortunately, we do not have the shot clock on the screen, but it's a 24-second shot clock here today. $7:56 left to go in the first. And looks like we're going to have to take the ball out on the side. Refs want it over here. Sinclair to bring the ball up once again. No look pass inside, but that one's broken up. Breakaway. And once again, Fort Gordon, good transition bucket there, 11-5. Oh, hard drive to the basket there by Kevon Freeman. He tried to go up with both hands, as you're supposed to, in traffic, and was fouled on the way up, and he's going to go to the line. And I believe that call is going to go against Tyrone Beal for his first foul of the game. A couple of players filtering in, late arrival. This is a really nice facility here on Fort Gordon, military installation. So we have the military and security clearance to be here. Another free throw coming here for Kevon Freeman. That shot is good. So now MacArthur Jones running the point, number 10 bringing it up. He's being guarded by Maurice Brown. Feed inside to Beal. Beal working inside, and he's going to draw the foul. And I believe that is going to go against Bernard Dixon, number 33. Bernard is saying he didn't touch him. It was tough defense on the inside there. I believe they're saying that he was fouled on the first drive of the shot, not the double clutch. Beal drops in his first free throw of the game. I believe he's got 5 already. And make it 6. Thomas calling out instructions to his team. Pick set there. Dixon dropped off, but ball went to the other side. Scramble on the floor, picked up by MacArthur Jones. Jones wants to drive, weaving his way through traffic, kicks it to the outside. Good recovery by the defense, but they go right inside to Beal. He's been doing work inside. That time, ball batted around, and Savannah comes up with the rebound. Sinclair wants to push it. He kicks it out, and that ball uses all of the rim and drops in for Maurice Brown for his second three-pointer of the game. He's got 6. 13-9 now in favor of Fort Gordon. MacArthur Jones calling out instructions. Daniel Quarles was calling for the ball inside. Now he sets up at the high post. That shot, that pass over his head, but it gets inside to Beal. Not a bad result for Fort Gordon as Beal scores again, and he's been the main offensive weapon so far for Fort Gordon. Quarles with a rebound. Breakout. Once again, Beal up. He got that shot off quickly, wasn't able to finish it. Tough defense by Savannah Storm, but right now Tyrone Beal has been a problem for them early. Savannah saves it. Nice little behind the back dribble. Gets himself free. Kicks it off to a teammate. Double clutch and finish on the inside by Kevon Freeman. And that is going to result in a timeout with 5:47 left to go. You're watching the ECBL on Netcast Sports. And we'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, we're back after the break. Short timeout. Teams wanted to talk things over. You're watching, as I said before the break, Netcast Sports. And we are really happy to have this one because both teams come in evenly matched in the way that their records are evenly matched, and whoever wins this game is going to the playoffs. Playoffs start this weekend up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So both of these teams know what is on the line. If you were going to give an advantage, you'd have to go a little bit to Fort Gordon because they're the home team. But other than that, they've played to a tie. Nice shot on the outside by number 20, Matthew Todd. He just came into the game. Immediately adding offense. Ball batted out there by Daniel Quarles. Gets it to a teammate. Drive, 2-on-1 break, up and good by number 4, Michael Fryer. So Fort Gordon looks a little bit more in sync offensively, and they've made use of the transition bucket. That shot too strong off the back of the rim. MacArthur Jones with the rebound, kicks it out to Quarles. Quarles uses all the rim, and he drops it in. And all of a sudden, the big men for Fort Gordon doing work, but not just in the paint, as Quarles gets his second bucket, and that time from the free throw line. Not really a pick and pop, more like he just set up and was in the right place for MacArthur Jones to find him. That's a 3-ball on the outside, and that's going to help. It cuts the lead to 7 with 4:27 left to go here in the first. We've got 4 quarters on tap for you today, so we've got a lot of basketball to play. Jones over the top, and he finds Quarles on the alley-oop, and just like that, Quarles goes up and gets it and snatches it off the rooftop and throws it down. That pushes the lead out 23-14. Fort Gordon continues to use their size between Quarles and Tyrone Beal, but another 3-ball keeps it close. That 3-ball is a great equalizer. And right now Savannah's sort of using that to keep this in sync. And they don't care about the size. They'll trade those 3s for 2s all day. Kevon Freeman with the steal, kicks it up to Maurice Brown. Brown inside, and Greg Thomas there to clean it up. And now we've got a timeout by Fort Gordon as they want to talk things over. Things are going well for them, but suddenly they've sort of come unglued here in the last 30 seconds. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're back. 3:37 left to play in the first. Once again, you're here on Netcast Sports watching the Fort Gordon Eagles take on the Savannah Storm. I am Marcus Shockley. Fort Gordon in the white. Drive by Fryer up, finishes it inside to Daniel Quarles, and all of a sudden Quarles is doing all the work inside, and the guards are finding him with consistency. Drive, rebound.
You know, Fort Gordon has really been impressing me so far. They've really been showing a strategic offensive game style, and it's really seeming to work out for them.
Yeah, you know, one thing I like about Fort Gordon is they're very cohesive. They're finding their open man. Savannah is making use of that three-pointer, but Gordon they were the ones that called that last time out, so they're trying to get back to what was working for them early. Tough rebound. That is a big-time rebound right there. Chris Harris.
Really had to work for that one.
It was one guy in there surrounded by blue shirts, blue jerseys, and he came up with the rebound, and now he's going to be going to the line. Chris Harris, number 12. 25-19, 2:53. Clock is stopped. We did have one shot clock violation so far this game, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem with this kind of offense. Harris' first shot no good, but he's got another one coming. We've got substitutions as Tyrone Beal back in, and Quarles goes to the bench, as well as Michael Fryer. Special shout out to Michael Fryer. He was here early trying to help us set up, running cable and everything. So he's not just a ball player, he is a facilitator.
Volunteer Netcast Sports.
Yeah, volunteer Netcast Sports. Honorary Netcast Sports engineer, Michael Fryer, and high-level hooper as well. Stop, pop, no good off the back of the rim. Big-time rebound inside. And that is a tough rebound by Bernard Dixon, showing a lot of heart going into among all the opposing players, grabbing that rebound. Matthew Todd, ball is out, and it's going to stay with Fort Gordon. And Todd is going to inbound right in front of his own bench. Up over the top to Beal. Beal can hit that shot. That time it rattles around and no good. Rebounded by Dixon. Dixon kicks it ahead to Brown. Brown keeps it up. Little scoop shot, no good. And that's going the other way with Fort Gordon. .202 left in this first quarter. Only a 5-point lead for Fort Gordon, but they've led throughout. Pretty good spacing right here as Fort Gordon moves. A couple of cutters through the middle there, and Rebound inside, kicks it outside to Todd. Todd for the three, and they're going to give him a two. One of his feet were on the line, but they'll take the points anyway. Here's Dixon. He's got a wide open shot. Too short off the side of the rim, but up and through traffic. James Sinclair battling. Keeps the bucket. Savannah Storm playing very scrappy ball right now. They just don't want Fort Gordon to get away from them too far. And, you know, in this kind of game, you can come back quickly. And that's another foul on the inside. And that's going to go against Maurice Brown, I believe. And that's going to send Tyrone Beal to the line. The story of the game so far, Liam, has been the big men for Fort Gordon, Tyrone Beal and Daniel Quarles. Beal with the line right now.
Really has been a size battle in this one.
And Tyrone Beal, first shot is good. And, you know, Beal and Quarles looks more like maybe a power forward, big man. Beal looks more like a small forward, power forward size. Long, athletic, agile. Both these guys have great bounce. And he stretches that lead out to 7 now with 1:09 in the first quarter. This is going by quickly. Feed to the outside, Savannah. Patient on the outside. That shot looked great as soon as he released it. Number 15, James Murphy, with his first three ball of the day. Under a minute left to go. That three ball cut it to 5, so now Fort Gordon, they would love to finish this off, but they've got to shoot it before the shot clock runs down, and they do. That's a nice drive and finish there by Matthew Todd. So now this is sort of a chance for a 2-for-1. I don't know if they'll be able to work it out. If they let the shot clock run all the way down, they won't be able to do that. 36 seconds left now. Driving, good defense by Fort Gordon. Sagged a little bit right there. He didn't take the shot. There's Greg Thomas. He wants to take it, tries to find a teammate, can't do it, and that's going to give Fort Gordon another chance. They've got 22 seconds left on the clock, so they've got almost a full possession that they can execute before the end of the quarter.
They've had no problem doing it in the past either.
Nope, yeah, you know what their game plan is get the ball up, drive, kick it inside if you can, set a pick. Oh, that's some tough-handed. Oh, nice look, finish. And Tyrone Beal finishes and falls to the floor, but it looks like he's okay. That was a beautiful no-look pass at the last second to Beal. Unofficially, I have Tyrone Beal with 11 points in the first quarter. Just an eruption of offense from Tyrone Beal, number 32 for Fort Gordon. That's going to do it for the first quarter, 34-25. We're going to take a quick break. Teams are going to talk it over. We're going to do some substitutions. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we are back. Second quarter, 34-25 in favor of Fort Gordon. First half was a story of the bigs, especially Tyrone Beal, who poured in at least 11 points for Fort Gordon. Winner of this game goes on to the playoffs. Oh, that's a beautiful drive and finish by Greg Thomas.
Really looking forward to see what Storm's going to do to try to stop this offensive team right now.
They've got to make some adjustments here under the basket to deal with that size. Now, right now, I don't think Fort Gordon has a ton of size in, but they still have Beal in there. Drive, and no good.
Oh, you got to make those.
Blown opportunity right there. That's open points that he just gave up. Oh, and on the other end, that just makes it even worse because he drove on the other end. Chris Harris drove, and that's the second time Harris has driven through traffic, taken the foul, and gotten himself to the line. So Chris Harris with a chance to stretch that lead a little farther with a three-point play. No good. Ball knocked away by Todd. He's up, and then good recovery there by number 5, Willie Grant. Good job by Willie Grant staying with the ball. It was knocked out of his hands after the rebound, but he turned right around and blocked Todd. And his team gets the possession.
Yeah, that was something that really could have gone bad for him.
Yeah, nice hustle by him to stick with it there. Grant setting the pick right now for Thomas. Thomas wants to stop, take a deep outside shot. That's way short. I think he probably could have used that pick. He did use the pick, but he probably could have taken it, driven a little closer. Settled a little bit on that possession. Still close, though. They're only down by 9, and there's a lot of time left. Here's Beal. His shot rattles out. Rebounded by Sinclair. And here we are in the open floor. Savannah does a pretty good job getting back here. Ooh. Nice find over to Harris. Harris with the fadeaway, and that's good.
Killing those no looks.
Yeah, and you know Harris, that's the second time that we've seen him with the fadeaway. That's his shot there that he's proven already, so teams have to be aware of that. And you're right, exactly. The guards doing a great job finding their cutters and open men looking off the ball. That shot's too strong, nothing but air. And once again, Fort Gordon with a chance to build their lead. Now up by 11. Scramble, nice kick ahead on the floor, and the two-handed jam by Greg Thomas.
Good hustle.
So they turned something good. It was a fast break opportunity for Fort Gordon. Scramble on the floor there, and then they were able to turn it into a two-handed easy bucket. Harris gets it up. That time no good. Battle inside. Once again, Tyrone Beal picking up where he left off in the first quarter. Grant shot no good. Savannah able to corral it. Now we've got Greg Thomas. He goes back inside to Grant. Grant over his right shoulder, no good. And once again, Fort Gordon, that one off the back of Chris Harris's heel. Another no-look pass.
Left him right wide open.
Yeah, it was more of a half-look bounce pass. But Fort Gordon now suddenly stretching things out, and it looks like Savannah needs to talk things over, and they really do, because 42-29, 9:06 left, and Fort Gordon is really getting on a roll. So we'll let the teams talk things over. We're going to step away. Actually, you know, we're not going to step away. Let's talk about how you guys can keep up with Netcast Sports. You can follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports. And let me tell you why you need to do that. Number one, because you want to be cooler, and everything cooler in your life involves Netcast Sports.
Begins and ends with Netcast Sports.
It begins and ends. But really, one of the things we like is, like yesterday, we had some issues with the start time of the game. You know, we had some officiating crew that didn't show up until very late.
And it's funny that we had 3 refs that couldn't show up yesterday, and we got 6 here for this game.
These guys came in a legion of refs.
All pretty much here before we got here.
Yeah, but one of the things is that we had fans kind of pinging us yesterday and saying, hey, what's going on? And, you know, if you follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports, we were putting up the updates as we had them. I know the ECBL was also posting updates to their YouTube page, and, you know, we're doing our best to keep everybody involved. But, hey, it's the world of social media. Take advantage of it. Get out there. Jump on Netcast Sports. You can be up to speed. Yeah, the NBA doesn't tell you what's going on. They don't tweet out what's happening in-game.
I mean, you're already on your phone already.
Yeah.
So might as well just click that little bird.
Yeah, you don't
check out Netcast.
You don't need to wait. You know, you can just jump on there. So, anyway, back in action here. We'll see what Savannah decided to do after they talk things over. You know, Savannah, I don't expect Savannah to just wither. They've got a good team, and they're in playoff contention just like Fort Gordon. Nice feed inside, and that's a foul, a hard foul against Samarco Carter, number 22. And he looked like he took a little bit of umbrage with that foul and decided to walk it off. That was a very hard foul. But he's a big guy. You have to foul him hard to keep him from scoring, I think. That should just, I'm sure that from his mentality, it just means, well, that just means I'm going to go up hard every time. If you're going to foul me, I'm going to go to the line or go through you. And that first shot looks good for Samarco Carter. Good for Savannah. They've stopped the clock, and a couple of quick points there from Samarco Carter, and that is a positive for them. MacArthur Jones, number 10, back in the game now, running the point. Feed inside to Beal. Beal wants to do a little drop step up. Samarco Carter with a block, and that looked pretty clean to me, but they're going to call it. The referees say he got him on the arm.
He really had to drive that shoulder hard into him. He's, like you said, he's a big boy.
He's a big guy, yeah. He's very physical, good shoulders. I mean, Beal's happy with the result. He's going to the line.
Oh, got a smile on him while he's shooting.
Beal drops that one in, and then he looks over at Samarco. This is an interesting matchup that's developing between Carter and Beal. That trip down the floor, Beal got the better of him.
Oh, he's definitely making sure he's blocking him.
Yeah, but the last trip down, Carter got the hard foul. So, and now Carter's got a mismatch on the inside. They don't see him. That was a blown opportunity there, but Carter picks it up off the floor, finds Grant. Grant pulls it out. Oh, steal on the outside there. Feet ahead, and that was a beautiful block by Greg Thomas. He just went up and got that one. Fort Gordon with it, and it goes out of bounds, and that's going to stay with Savannah. A lot of energy. I think, Liam, the energy has picked up just a bit for Savannah. They still trail now by 13. 8:08 left in the first half, second quarter. Inside to Samarco, and he immediately wants to go to work on Quarles, who's now back into the game. Samarco shot wide left. MacArthur Jones with the ball. He wants to push it. Feeds it up to Harris. Harris up, scoop shot good. Little George Gervin-esque finger roll from Chris Harris. And Greg Thomas with the ball. Over to Grant now, back to Thomas. Inside, good drive and kick inside. And I believe that was James Murphy that finished it on the inside on the assist from Thomas. Firing, not driving, nice. Oh, he just blows right by Grant, but he's not able to finish. And Grant ultimately gets the better of that one and gets the rebound. Loose ball picked up, Savannah over the top, and that's good. Savannah really taking advantage of some of this helter-skelter ball all of a sudden. I'm not sure, I believe that might have been Sinclair that got that last bucket. It was either Sinclair or Murphy. I may have missed that one. And that's going to be, it's going to be a foul, push. Oh, it's going to be a push on Samarco Carter, and he is jawing with Quarles. Samarco Carter has infused the Savannah team with some toughness, I believe. And Liam, we were talking about this. Like, what's Savannah going to do to counter the size of Quarles and Beal? And it looks like they've gone to their Samarco Carter defense and offense.
Yeah, he's big enough to do it.
Well, he's definitely made a difference already.
And I think his energy is already transferred over into the rest of the team.
Nice behind-the-back move there by Greg Thomas. Feet inside. Grant cannot get that one to go down, and he's frustrated. .6:30 left to go. Still up by 11. Fort Gordon still in control, but you can sort of feel the energy of Savannah trying to come back in this one. Over the top, no good. Rebound, and rattled in with the mid-range by James Murphy. He's got at least 7 now in the first half. So nice spark off the bench. Oh, beautiful steal in the open floor there by James Sinclair, and he's got a wide open bucket. He's going to throw that down with ease.
Minus that lead just a little bit more.
Yeah, chipping away at it. I mean, this is pro ball. I mean, you can, with a 24-second shot clock, you can eliminate that quickly. Oh, nice feed over the top. Quarles can't finish it though. I think Carter got in there now. Carter and Quarles are really battling in the paint right now. Tough defensive stand there on that end, and then Murphy came up with the rebound, gets it over to Greg Thomas. Thomas up and scoop, and that was nice. That was a nice shot there by Greg Thomas. And just like that, they've cut the lead to 5. They were down by 13 not that long ago. So we got a timeout on the floor. 5:30 left to go. And both teams want to talk things over. Hey, Liam, let's talk about the Samarco Carter defense transition. He hasn't come in and he hasn't had a lot of luck on the offensive end other than the couple of quick free throws where they had to foul him. But he's made it a lot tougher.
Yeah, he's definitely drove the energy up, just ultimately getting everybody in sync and making everybody make plays happen.
And the big thing he's got to worry about is foul trouble. He's proven to be that he's one thing that they can deploy a big man who can get in there and mix it up with their bigs. And they're talking trash right now, Quarles and Carter. It's just a non-stop running commentary between those two, which I think for Savannah, that's what you want. You want these guys that are getting in there and mix it up when they need to. Big block over the top, no foul, look clean. But Todd comes up with the rebound. Now he's being harassed, and that's knocked out of bounds. Tough, swarming defense by the Savannah Storm. And Matthew Todd is claiming he was pushed. He may have a case, but it doesn't. That works out in his favor. They're going to be able to inbound. He's telling the ref the guys need to back off on the inbound. They have to give him a certain number of feet, 3 feet. Drive up, under, and good finish there.
Good layup.
Michael Fryer. Honorary Netcast Sports engineer, Michael Fryer.
Oh, he just jumped too early on that one.
Deep shot on the outside. Cuts the lead back to 5. We've got a good one here, folks. Fort Gordon still in control, even though they've led throughout. Savannah has proven that they were not going anywhere. And that's going to be out just like that. The big thing now you have to worry, it's obvious that there has been a change in Savannah's ability to score from the wings and defend with Carter in the middle. It's just, he stayed out of foul trouble. Now they go inside to Carter, and they're going to call a travel. And that's one of those tough things for a big man is you anticipate the contact, and that's exactly what he did, and Quarles took a step back. And that's an old school play where he just let him step into the contact, and Carter's going to go to the bench for a rest as well as Quarles. So those guys have been really going at it, and now they're going to get a much-needed break. I hope they can keep those guys rested for this whole game because that's been a lot of fun to watch so far. Now inside for Beal, but without Carter and Quarles in there, Beal can go back in there and go to work. Now they do have Bernard Dixon, number 33, on Savannah, and he's been tasked with guarding Beal. Steal in the open floor. Here's Gordon with another chance. Feed inside. There's Beal. He can finish inside, and he does through the contact. And this is really where Savannah has a problem with Samarco Carter on the bench. Even with Daniel Quarles out for Fort Gordon, that means now Tyrone Beal has been able to get himself inside, score, and get himself to the line so much. That's been the difference in this game so far. Greg Thomas now. Driving to his right, feeds it inside to Dixon. Tough shot, no good. Battle around. Dixon with the rebound. He's working against Beal. And that is going to go out on number 3, Michael Carlson. 3:44 left to go here in this one. That's a wide open outside shot, but he's not able to make him pay. Oh, nice little scoop shot. Just kept it, but no good, and that's going to stay with Fort Gordon. And super engineer Jason Warford diving on the ball over here in the corner. With the save for Netcast Sports.
Look, he even came unplugged. He can't even hear us.
He can't hear that we're praising him right now. So maybe he's got his earphones back in and he won't have heard how much we were, we were really talking about his slow reaction over there. He doesn't, the folks at home are saying, you guys didn't say that, you were saying how quick he was. They don't know that Jason couldn't hear us there for a minute. We're back in action to the real game. Oh, nice little feed inside. Good decision making, but good recovery by Fort Gordon on the defense. Trying to find space. And, oh, that would have been beautiful if it had gone down. And now a run out. Oh,
short.
Looked like he got his feet cut out from under him a little bit there. And now another, okay, this is a little bit up and down, a lot of transition opportunities. And neither team really doing a good job getting back, and that's going to stay with Savannah as the ball is knocked out as James Murphy went up for the shot. So, Liam, if we had our replay set up, we could go back and watch Jason diving over there for that ball. I mean, and I think the thing that I liked about it is how he sold it with the yell. When he just yelled, "Mine, got it!" And he screamed and he dove on the ball, and the ref said, "Okay, he's got it." And only then did he realize that Jason wasn't wearing a number.
I see some extra jerseys over on Fort Gordon, so I mean,
yeah,
if he wants to get in, they might be okay with it.
I'm pretty sure whichever team is trailing at the half is going to come over here and try to pick Jason up as a late season pickup and sign him. They saw how, hustle points matter. 51-45, 2:24 left to go. Drive and finish inside. Fort Gordon continues to build their lead, now up by 8. Oh, tough defense on the outside. Look for a second there like Maurice Brown got away, but he didn't. And finish, and that's going to be a foul. And send Michael Carlson to the line. Carlson now with a chance to build on the lead of Fort Gordon. They have controlled the offense throughout, but they haven't been able to really put away Savannah. They've maintained a good lead. Up by 13 was their largest lead of the ball game. Now only 9. Carlson with a chance to push that out to double digits again with this free throw coming up. Just like that, 2:06 left to go. Savannah would like to, they've got 2 minutes here to try to get things working. We'll see if they come back with Carter. I think they're we see Quarles is back in the game. So I don't know how long. There's a big 3 ball. That helps. But I don't know how long they're going to leave Marco Carter on the bench. Or if they're going to save him for the second half with only 1:44 left and just try to hang with Fort Gordon here early. They're only down by 7. Big rebound, chance to cut into that lead. Takes it all the way to the rack, and no good. Sinclair there to clean it up.
Really saved that opportunity.
Yeah, there. Nice in the right spot at the right time and just showed good patience to finish it. Now Harris bringing the ball up. He waves it off and then getting instructions from the bench. They've got an isolation play over here. He's got a bit of a mismatch in size. Drives up, good block. Nope, they're going to call a foul on Dixon. Bernard Dixon, he felt like his defense was solid, but the refs see it a different way. So another opportunity from the free throw line here for Chris Harris. So, Fort Gordon was up by 10 less than a minute ago, now only up by 5. Harris able to push this out if he can hit a couple of these free throws. But every time Fort Gordon gets a little bit of a lead, Savannah comes back and cuts that lead down to a manageable number. You know, right now we're only in the first half, but still only a two-possession game as it stands right now. Even with Harris, if he hits this shot, which he does.
Savannah really needs to get that lead cut down before the second half, and then they can come back and answer with their own lead.
You're right. They just want to hang around. With that last free throw, I think Harris entered double digits in scoring with 10. That's a deep outside shot. No good. Rebounded by Quarles. He had to reach way back to grab that one and corral it. Now here's Harris on the break. Up, and that's a big-time block by Dixon. And that time, Dixon got that shot.
Ball will hang with Gordon.
Well, looks like it's going to stay on this end of the floor. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's a beautiful day here on the base.
Beautiful and high.
Oh, over the top. No good. Yeah, beautiful and high. It is. You know, Jason and I were talking on the Bandwidth Overkill podcast this week. You guys should check that out on netcastsports.com. But we were talking this week about this game. We were hoping that it wasn't bake season yet here in Georgia, and unfortunately, it is warm today.
Nice 97 degrees.
A balmy 97. I don't believe I've ever been down to Georgia because I cover basketball in the summer. I don't think I've ever had a chance to come to Augusta. I've been to Georgia in the winter, but not Augusta when it wasn't this hot.
I don't know what was with the delay right there.
That's a little odd. And another foul. And Chris Harris making a living at the free throw line in this first half. And really he's getting himself to the line. He's putting the ball on the floor and driving. And when he isn't able to finish, he's still able to draw the foul. 24.9 left on the clock. And that one, he could tell that was off as soon as it left his hand. He started going for the rebound. That was a 1-and-1. Nice little kick up over the top by Grant. Deep shot on the outside, and that's good. That's only going to be a 2, I think. Yep, 58-52. 12 seconds left. That last shot by Murray.
Beal.
Yeah, you want to go right inside to Beal. He's been doing work. And that time Dixon with a big block. Great defense to wrap up the half by Bernard Dixon. And that's going to send us to the locker rooms to talk things over. 58-52. The guys are going to figure out what they're going to do in the second half. We're going to be back in just a few moments. I think we've got 15 minutes on the clock for halftime. So, go make yourself a sandwich. Whatever you need to do, come back here in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll have some more basketball action. You're watching the East Coast Basketball League on Netcast Sports. I am Marcus Shockley alongside Liam Donaldson, and we will be back in just a moment. All right, everybody, we are back with about 24 seconds left running on the clock. We're going to tip off for the third quarter in just a moment here from Fort Gordon in Augusta, Georgia. I am Marcus Shockley alongside Liam Donaldson on Netcast Sports. Follow us on Twitter at netcastsports.com. You can also follow the East Coast Basketball League at ECBL Hoops on Twitter. And we're about to get underway. Story of the first half, Tyrone Beal. I have him unofficially. Let me get my account here together. 18 points in the first half.
Yep, so far he is definitely my Netcast unofficial MVP.
Unofficial MVP. But what we really enjoyed was watching the Samarco Carter defense that they had to deploy, They deployed because they knew, they said that we're going to counter the bigs. And he was pretty effective, especially when battling against Daniel Quarles. Quarles had a good first half. I have him down for 6 points, maybe 8. I might have missed a bucket. But and a nice alley-oop, which maybe they should give him an extra point for. And we are back underway for the third. Once again, the winner of this game goes on to the playoffs this weekend. The loser goes home. Ball knocked away, but corralled there by Maurice Brown. Pushes it back out to James Sinclair. Back to Brown. Brown driving, finds a gap over the top, and that's good for Maurice Brown. I think that's about 10 points in the game for Brown. All these stats are unofficial. MacArthur Jones kicks it outside to Quarles. Quarles down deep in the corner, gets it over to Michael Fryer. Fryer over the top and good. And that's going to push the lead back out to 6. So right away we see, big block by Quarles, and you see the Twin Towers being deployed there by Fort Gordon with Beal playing the 4 and Quarles playing the 5. Drive and kick outside. Wide open shot. Rolls off the rim, no good. Sinclair pushing the ball. Fort Gordon gets back, but nice little over-the-shoulder shot, no good there by Greg
Just
Thomas.
couldn't clean it up.
Yeah, battled for it. Defense sagged there, and shot went up, no good. Michael Carlson couldn't make it drop for him, and now once again Sinclair drives and runs into traffic, and he's going to draw the foul. And Maurice Brown tells the ref, good call. And that is going to send Sinclair to the line. So once again Sinclair to the line, and he's got a chance to cut into this lead. They need these points with the clock stopped, although there's tons of time left in this one. They're only down by 4, but they haven't led. That's really the big thing, Liam, is Savannah has not led in this entire game. It would be a good momentum builder for them to get that lead, and unfortunately on that trip not able to do so.
Yeah, I've really noticed they came out as a well more organized team this second half. Someone must have said something to them, get them focused.
Yeah, they came out here in the second half. They've cut that 13-point lead down to 4. Big block there by Dixon, who ended the first half with a big block. Drive, he tried to find Dixon, but good defense there by Gordon. They broke that pass up. Sinclair pulls it up. Ball knocked away. No foul call in the backcourt. He's in trouble, gets it ahead. Oh, and that's going to be a foul on Michael Colston as Maurice Brown got a step on him and was about to break for the basket. And now Brown to inbound. Brown wide open. Defense sack. Quarles had the length to close on him and doesn't do throw. Just like that, they've cut the lead to 1. Savannah has come out with a mission here in the second half. And they are dangerously close to taking the lead back from Fort Gordon. Oh, tough cut, too far. And they're on the line, and that is a turnover. And that's just a lackadaisical pass. That's not Fryer's fault. He's going to the bench right now. They're actually going to call a timeout. I think Fort Gordon is going to talk things over. So, that's the kind of thing where the team I think they just kind of lost focus there, and Savannah came out and has out-hustled them so far in this third quarter. So they're going to talk things over. Both teams wanted to, I guess it's more rah-rah on the Savannah side because they came out and they did exactly what they wanted to do. So
yeah, I overheard the coach earlier during halftime, and she was saying that, play an aggressive game, play their game, don't be worried about fouling, plenty of fouls left.
That's a good point. They actually haven't called a ton of fouls. There's only been a couple of players that who have been able to get to the line consistently, one of them being Chris Harris for Fort Gordon.
There they go, have the lead.
Yep, just like that, up by 1. So for the first time in this entire game, Savannah has taken the lead. Fort Gordon led by as many as 13 points in the first half. This is the first lead of the game for Savannah on the road here in Augusta. Now, let's just see what they can do here, and let's see how Fort Gordon reacts. And, here's the thing. They've got Beal and Quarles in the game, and that was really effective for them in the first half. Here's Colson at the line. See if he can tie the game up with his free throw. No good. That's a tough one, but good rebound. Battle over the top and puts it back in. Michael Fryer. And he gives Fort Gordon the lead, and the Eagles once again up by 1. Outside Sinclair, shot no good. Rebounded by Kaufson. Inside to Beal. He wants to do work. Turns, spins, over the top. No good. Tracked down by Sinclair. Oh, Sinclair lost the handle. Scramble on the floor. Gordon's got a 2-on-1 break here. Beal over the top. And that's a nice little shovel pass there by Michael Fryer to Beal.
Nice easy point.
Yep, that's exactly the right play. Oh, big block there. Fort Gordon now has a 3-point lead, and they've got a chance to build on it once again. So Savannah had fought all the way back. That's going to be a turnover. Poorly executed transition bucket on that one, but at this point, Fort Gordon has staved off the comeback by Savannah and regained the lead, now up by 3. That's going to stay with Savannah on this end of the floor. Playoff berth on the line. Drive. Quarles up in the air. Got Quarles up on the fake, and that's going to be another bucket for number 24, Kevon Freeman. And Michael Fryer. Nice little pull-up fadeaway. Pushes the lead back out to 3. And right now, nobody from either team is stopping the guards from getting inside as Greg Thomas drives and scores. And Beal, that is going to be a goaltending call as Greg Thomas came flying in over the top of the rim and didn't really do a great job with the shot block. I mean, he got up there, but it was enough to knock it off the rim. And that's going to be a goaltending call. And Beal with the points. So now there's some discussion as everybody gets all the statistics and everything sorted out. I mean, it's a goaltending call. It should be pretty clear. As Beal goes to the bench, Chris Harris in the lineup. Fort Gordon still maintaining that 3-point lead. Drive. Ball slipped out of the hands of Greg Thomas. And now MacArthur Jones, he wants to push the ball. Feet inside, just too low for Michael Fryer. Now here's Sinclair. Sinclair goes behind his back. Frees himself up, drives just to the outside. That shot is too strong. Cleaned up by Greg Thomas. My unofficial count for Thomas is he's got 8 on the day. I believe he's actually got a couple more that I missed. 6:50 left to go here in the third. 1-point game. Fort Gordon with that slim 1-point lead. Tough defense on the outside. Fryer throws up a wild shot. No good. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas decides to keep it. Scoop shot. No good. Gathered in. That's no good. MacArthur Jones with the full court lead and gets it up to Colston, who scores. Good advantage taken there by Fort Gordon. They push their lead back out to 3. Tough defense by Quarles and MacArthur Jones. Jones now working, running the point, being guarded by Maurice Brown. Outside to Colston. Looking to probe the defense, steps back, ball rattles out. Scramble on the floor, picked up by Kevon Freeman, and that's going to be a jump ball, I believe. And I believe we've got a timeout on the floor. All right, media timeout on the floor. And since we're the media, Netcast Sports, we're going to use this timeout to tell you guys that you should follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports, where you can keep up with all of the latest scores and schedules and all that sort of thing. You can also watch live and on demand at netcastsports.com. Today's broadcast of the East Coast Basketball League is we are happy to bring you from Augusta, Georgia. We're glad that the ECBL has allowed us to broadcast this year. It's been a lot of fun. And we've really appreciated everybody joining us. And today's game has playoff implications. So we'll be back in just a moment after the break. Back in action here in the third, 5:41 left to go. 70-67 in favor of Fort Gordon, the home team. They've led almost the entirety of the game. Briefly, just a few minutes ago, we got a shot clock violation. Good defense by Savannah. Savannah briefly led just about a couple of minutes ago. And now trail by 3. But have done a really good job getting back into this one. We haven't seen Samarco Carter here in the second half. Very effective in the first half. Tough drive there by Dixon, not able to finish. Savannah not able to take advantage of some of those opportunities on offense. Well, actually, they gave the points. They gave the points to Dixon, I guess. So that's my mistake. 69-70. So now Fort Gordon only up by 1. And now we've got Beal coming in, and Daniel Quarles going to the bench. Bernard Dixon for Savannah has had the defensive work that he's had to do against Beal, and there's Beal once again with another bucket. Beal hasn't been scoring quite as much in this second half, but he's had a really solid game, and that's going to be a foul, a really hard foul. We've got a little bit of a camera issue. We're going to get that straightened out for you in just a moment. we're going to go to our secondary camera. And I apologize for this, but 73-69 now. And we'll do our best to get our technical problems resolved. So just bear with us. 72-70 as the second free throw drops for Greg Thomas. All right, and we're back. Secondary camera, primary camera. As our engineer extraordinaire Liam jumped off the mic and quickly sprang into action. Feed to the outside. Oh, that is a tough fall. I'm glad his knee is all right. It looked like his foot slid. I don't know if we got a wet spot on the floor or his foot just slid. This is you know, sometimes you have games in some suspect gyms, but this gym is very nice. Good floor, so we've got some referees in action here.
Using the official wet spot towel.
That's right, the official wet spot towel deployed by East Coast Basketball.
Oh, it actually looks like it's a jersey.
Oh, well, in that case, it's not the official East Coast Basketball towel. That's a violation of league rules.
Jason, I think they actually just gave away your jersey.
Yep, Jason's chance at playing pro ball may have taken a hit. 72-71 now in favor of Fort Gordon. It's been nip and tuck for most of this third quarter. Fort Gordon has seen that 13-point lead evaporate. Drive, slice, nice little dish, and finish by Tyrone Beal. And Tyrone Beal coming back into play right on time, right when his team needs him.
Feels really good about just being in the right spot at the right time.
And he finishes. And, you know, there's a lot of players, young players out there don't understand. Just being able to catch and finish around traffic, through traffic, and just being that consistent is an extremely effective tactic, especially for a big. Beal with a free throw. I have Beal unofficially with 27 points right now. And our unofficial early candidate for player of the game, depending on how this game goes. Battle inside, Freeman up over the top. Good. Stuck with it. Power through traffic. Kevon Freeman.
Keeping it in a one-possession game.
He's got 7 points in this one. Over the top, Todd. Catch and shoot, no good. Big rebound inside. And he decides to pull it out. 3:30 left in the third. Up by 2, Fort Gordon. Deep shot on the outside. That's good. That is a big shot. And that pushes the lead back out to 5. Savannah needs something to go down for them here. Oh, that one would have been big, and it doesn't go. .301 left, and right here, Fort Gordon, we've got a pivotal moment in the third quarter here as Fort Gordon has got a little bit of momentum, up by 5 now, and Savannah needs to get something going on there. And Willie Grant now in, number 5, into the lineup as Kevon Freeman is going to go to the bench. Deep outside shot rattles in and good, and just like that, Fort Gordon with another 3 pushes their lead out to 8, 81-73. Oh, that's a tough shot. If that goes, no good. Kind of a wild shot there by Greg Thomas. He felt like he was fouled. But they're going to keep the ball. Savannah working it. Here's Sinclair driving. Turns back. Ball too strong off the back of the rim. Now Fort Gordon can just be patient with this possession.
It does seem like they're moving down the court real quick. They need to take a second, step back.
I think the last few trips down the floor, Liam, we've seen a lot of Fort Gordon setting up in their offense. Now that right there was a bad pass to the inside, but they've done a better job of setting up and running their offense than Savannah. Savannah needs to calm down. They're looking for quick hitters, and that's a good one right there. He does find, Greg Thomas finds the cutting Sinclair for the bucket. So good opportunity and movement there by Sinclair. And we've got a timeout on the floor for Fort Gordon. So once again, you're watching the Fort Gordon home team hosting the the Savannah Storm. I gave Sinclair ownership of the entire game. We've got the refs coming over, so let's take a break for a second. So you probably heard the explanation from the referee. That was on the jump ball earlier. He said his call was too quick. And I have to say that's a fantastic bit of refereeing to come over and talk to the media, let us know what was going on, because I was irate about what was happening and not getting information. The crew here had to calm me down.
I think you're still sweating.
I threw a chair. It was a little chair, though. It didn't go very far. It was a tiny miniature chair that I really threw. Is probably not ever flung.
Or just scooted over. Or,
I knocked it over. That's what I did.
Okay.
I knocked over a chair on my way to the concession stand, and I said, "Did you see that temper tantrum that I threw over?"
He picked it back up.
I did pick it back. Why do you have to add in that part? That makes it sound like it wasn't really a tantrum. All right, so the referee's telling Fort Gordon they have one timeout left. I don't know if that's just for this quarter. 2:12 left on the clock, though, and the important number is on the scoreboard, 81-75. Gordon now with a 6-point lead.
Nice block.
Over the top. He's wide open, but he's way back. Ooh. Oh, that's a dagger.
I mean, that's exactly what you got to expect, leaving him wide open.
Jim. Yeah, you know, he was wide open, but he was about 5 feet behind the three-point line. But that's a big shot because it pushes the lead out to 9, and now Fort Gordon with a turnover. It's Javon Tinker, who hit that three-pointer just a moment ago. Oh, that would have been another killer, but Savannah needs some easy buckets right here, and that's going to be a foul, and it's going to send Greg Thomas back to the line for the chance at the three-point play. Now, they're only down by 7, so if he could hit a free throw here, that would cut the lead to 6, which is a two-possession game. Going with 1:28 left here in the third, they can still whittle that down. So, you know, that's the thing, is you cannot get rattled as a pro team. You've got to always just, you know, keep your head, keep a level head, and just keep playing. Take the next play. Javon Tinker now bringing the ball up, working against Greg Thomas in the backcourt. Oh, that's just a little too easy for Beal. Sinclair finds Dixon. Dixon working against Beal, spins over the top. Nice shot by Dixon. Hasn't had a lot of offense today, but that one comes at a pivotal moment to cut the lead to 6. Under a minute left to play here in the third. Beal, jab step, drive, and that's going to be a foul on Dixon. Beal has used that jab step repeatedly in this game, and it's been very effective.
Going back to Javon Tinker, really notice that he has a strong hustle on getting back down the floor, as well as he can shoot threes.
Yeah, it does look like Fort Gordon is sort of really cohesive when they come on the floor with different lineups. There's Beal once again. And that breaks 30. I've got him unofficially for 31 points in this one.
All day.
Yeah, and we're just in the third quarter here. Big rebound for Tinker. He's really come in and provided a spark that Gordon was already playing well. There's Dixon with a nice little spin move, but can't finish.
Another blown opportunity.
That's going to be the story of the game if Savannah ends up losing this one. Is going to be wasted opportunities like that. Still a whole quarter to go there. 20 seconds left in this one, but now down by 10. Savannah would love to get off a good shot here to end the third quarter. Come in prepped and ready for that's probably not the best shot they could get. Everything coming up short right now. Fatigue could be an issue.
3 attempts.
Right here. Gordon doesn't have to get off a shot. 3.5, but they get inside the Beal and bang, just like that.
1 second left. Don't think they're going to be able to do it.
33 points in the game for Tyrone Beal. That's going to wrap it up 90-82. We've got one more quarter to go. Still a tight affair, but right now Fort Gordon has all the momentum, and we'll be back after the break. We are back here for the fourth and final quarter of the regular season here in the ECBL. Winner of this game goes on to the playoffs right now. Fort Gordon with the lead, up by 12, and now up by 14. That is the largest lead of the game for Fort Gordon, and here we are in the fourth. So Savannah, they need something to happen. They've got to make something happen right here. Need some good movement. Drive by Grant, scoop shot good by Willie Grant, number 5. And that will at least stop the bleeding for the moment. And they've got a lot of basketball left, so don't go anywhere. The winner of this game goes on to the playoffs this weekend in Fayetteville. Oh, deep outside shot by Todd. Matthew Todd with the 3 ball. Unofficially with 10 points in the game, Todd has been a big factor, and now that pushes the lead out even farther to 15. And now 17. And things are getting ugly for the Savannah Storm.
Definitely good call calling that timeout.
Yeah, good timeout by Savannah. They've got to rein it in. That was 99-82.
You can really notice the energy levels on Fort Gordon's team right now.
Yeah, you can see them. They're laughing. They're feeling good. Things are going their way. A little bounce in their step. You see Quarles laughing and everything, and they should be. They're up by big numbers right now.
I think anybody gets excited when they're almost at that 100 mark.
Yeah, they're that's true. They're almost at 100. Next bucket for them is at 100. But even more importantly, is they're 10 minutes and 55 seconds away from maybe a playoff berth. So, but still, tons of basketball left. So, don't go anywhere. Both of these teams very evenly matched. Have not seen Samarco Carter in the second half, so I don't know if there's an injury situation or what have you. But
yeah, I wasn't sure if he was putting on a shirt just to stay warm or what it was, but looks like he's just watching at this point.
Yeah, he hasn't made any moves to come in or anything like that, so we don't know what's going on there, but was effective in the first half. But, even without him, Savannah cut the lead and took the lead in the third. So a big shot there by Maurice Brown. That helps just a little, but now they're deploying a three-quarter court press, and that is causing a little bit of trouble for Fort Gordon, but the foul is going to be called on Sinclair. .10:36 left in the game. Sinclair is arguing that he was in position, and the guard was lowering his shoulder and driving into him. The referees don't want to hear any of that. Oh, there's a blown opportunity at a fast break.
Just couldn't hold on to it.
Yep, but Savannah fortunately was able to corral it. They're just really kind of loose right now. They've got to work in the offense, and they're panicking just a little bit. Oh, good steal, though. Feed inside to Dixon. Dixon throws that one down 2 hands. It's a good steal in the open court there by Greg Thomas. He cuts the lead back down to 13. Largest lead of the game was 17 just moments ago by Fort Gordon. They're really going for those home run shots now. I hope Fort Gordon doesn't settle too much for that. Savannah with a deep outside shot. That's no good. They haven't been able to connect, but Greg Thomas coming alive with the steal just a moment ago. Now with a putback shot. Cuts it to 11.
Fort Gordon going to slow it down a little bit.
This is an important possession for Savannah. If they could get a stop right here and score, cut this lead back down to single digits, mentally that would be big. Todd tried to get that one back up, short-armed it. Savannah got the stop. Now, can they cut into this lead? Good find of Sinclair driving and finish, and that is going to draw the foul. That is a huge play. Great find and finish there. Sinclair is going to be going to the line. That cuts the lead to 9. James Sinclair, number 23, with a chance to cut it to 8. So we've seen that 17-point lead evaporate, or at least cut down to size, as Beal goes to the line for goes to the bench for Fort Gordon.
Dwight got to be careful getting excited too early.
You always
to make sure to stay focused.
Yeah, you always just have to take it play by play. Don't get too high or too low. And now this full court press is being deployed to try to create some havoc in the backcourt. Michael Fryer handled the press pretty well, brings the ball up. Now Fort Gordon going into their offense. really extended away from the basket right now. Drive. That's going to be a bump on Sinclair. And he does not like it. .8:58 left to go. So Liam, we've got some action here. That free throw rattles out. Now every missed free throw, the drama increases just a bit here, because Fort Gordon, we entered the third quarter and they opened up this fourth quarter on fire. That one they get to go down, so it's up. They're now up by 9 again, but a 3-possession game. Although Savannah hasn't been able to find that three-point shooting touch here in the second half. That shot's too strong off the back of the rim, rebounded by Chris Harris. This is a good move here by Fort Gordon. They want to slow things down. Calling for the pick by Quarles. Drive to the outside and good. Deep shot by Michael Fryer. That's a big bucket. And that pushes the lead back out to 12. That's not what Savannah wanted to happen. So drive up over the top. And
left down and bottom.
Greg Thomas felt like he was fouled. And that's a wound that cuts both ways right there, as Michael Fryer drives to the other end and he gets a bucket, and that pushes the lead back out to 14 once again. So they had it down to 8. Now back up to 14. Quarles went up for that one. That probably would have been goaltending. Nice putback by Sinclair. Sinclair now in double digits in scoring for the game. But Savannah's got to get defensive stops here. They cannot have trips, as few trips as possible as they can limit. Oh, that's probably in the cylinder. They're going to wave that off. Yeah, that looked pretty clear cut to me. Quarles is saying, no, that was a dunk. That was way off the rim.
So it looks like Fort Gordon's saving Thomas Beal for probably the last 5 minutes, last 3 minutes.
Tyrone Beal.
Tyrone Beal, excuse me.
Doesn't matter what you call him, just call him Mr. Buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need him right now. I mean, why not save him? If Savannah is able to put together a comeback, they'd like to bring Beal back. If not, save him for the playoffs,
Oh, yeah, no reason to risk him getting hurt if they don't need him.
Deep shot. That's a baseball pass up to Harris. That's a touchdown pass right there.
Waiting for the touchdown dance.
Yeah, that's right. 107-93, now back up by 14. And now some havoc being caused. There's Quarles with the steal.
It's really not what Savannah's needing.
Tough.
Got lucky there.
Yeah, Quarles there. And they're gonna get another guard on the floor here as MacArthur Jones comes back in. But right now, everything going Fort Gordon's way. Up by 14. A lot of one-on-one play from Savannah, and that's not really effective. And I think the problem is also, it's not just Savannah. I mean, I think it's the Fort Gordon defense has been much better in this second half or in this fourth quarter. It's making it very tough for the Savannah shooters to get anything off clean. Maurice Brown with the free throw. He's got another one coming. MacArthur Jones being picked up in the backcourt by Willie Grant, and then he drops off. Jones gets it up. Gets it over to Kaufson. Kaufson being picked up by Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas has played pretty well here in this third and fourth quarter. And that's a little shake and bake and dropped it in from Michael Fryer. 109-95 now, 6:32 minutes, and clock becoming a bit of a factor for the Savannah Storm.
Oh yeah, these last 2 minutes are going to be a real epic basketball to watch.
A 2-on-1 break, and that is mishandled. Now we're going the other way. They just cannot buy a three-pointer here.
And that's when you almost need to think they need to be
that
going
was a
for
beautiful
the twos.
save. Beautiful save by Sinclair. He just dove over the line. And he's letting them know that it's wet over there where he slid on the floor. Refs not deploying the official towel yet, but and now they're going to stop it, and that's so now there's some discussion of whether this constitutes deploying of the official towel or not, or the official jersey. And we believe that consensus has been reached that this is a hazard, and we're going to take a quick timeout on the floor. Coming to you live from Augusta, Georgia, you're watching Netcast Sports, the ECBL, the East Coast Basketball League on Netcast Sports, the visiting Savannah Storm, and the home team, Fort Gordon. And we are on Fort Gordon. We are live from the military base of Fort Gordon. We are all officially cleared and checked. This is not the kind of thing you get from ESPN. They were stopped at the gate. They were all waiting, and they just let us through because we have the official clearance.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we signed up for the Army or signed up for having clearance on the military base.
Liam, I didn't really want to tell you this until after the broadcast. We all got through on clearance, but we signed you up for the military.
Yeah, I figured as much. Get a little bit of balance in my life.
It's going to swing wildly another way. So when we leave here, 3 of us will be heading back to our home offices, and Liam will find a bunk.
I mean, sitting at 5'7", how do you think I can measure up to these guys at the next year's tryouts for Fort Gordon's team?
Well, I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to our new feature here on Netcast Sports, where we have the Liam Donaldson attempts to defend Samarco Carter. And I think a lot of fans are going to want to see this. Liam is going to risk life and limb to take on big man Samarco Carter. And our understanding is Samarco is open for the challenge, and he will not go easy on you.
And just so you know, all you can hear is my voice, but I'm sitting about 155 and 5'7", and that's not much to measure up against a man like Samarco Carter.
That's right. This is going to be ratings gold, Liam.
It's all for the ratings. It's worth it.
First, Liam signed up for the Army, and now he's taking on the big man. But back in action here, 111-97, 5:44 left to go. Savannah, things are getting a little desperate for them. They've got time, but they need defensive stops more than ever now. Tough shot, rimmed out. Fort Gordon doesn't really need those shots right now.
Yeah, I would just be driving up the score at this point.
Well, they've got to be patient. They need, with this lead and the clock is their friend, taking a contested 3 is like really not the smartest basketball play for them, and that's going to be a double dribble. Things just not going the way of Savannah right now. .5:14 left to go. Playoff berth on the line. Deep shot, no good. Once again, a contested 3, but inside and finish for who else? Tyrone Beal. Haven't really called Beal's name, haven't needed to here in the 4th. He's been on the bench. But that's okay with Beal. They've got a big lead now.
I'm just going to go ahead and say called them bringing in Beal right at 5 o'clock, 5 minutes left.
Liam wants everybody to know his prognosticating skills are without peer. However, I would point out he did not predict that he would be enrolled in the Army today, so he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, and that one might be the worst one.
Yeah, well, Liam, nobody else signed up for the Army. Everyone else got through. We've never broadcast from a military base today, but now that we've got clearance, and it's such a nice facility, the crew will say we're going to come back here every weekend and broadcast whatever they've got going on here.
Yeah, it could be a pickup game.
It's been a better experience than some other facilities we've broadcast in.
I'm just real thankful for this air conditioning.
It's got some beautiful look out there. Glass on the other side. It's a nice place to play. MacArthur Jones bringing the ball up. Savannah attempting to smother the wings on the outside. 4:39 left. Savannah, this is crunch time really for them. They cannot let Gordon score very often. And they've got to get every loose ball, and that's exactly what they do. Nice open look. This one should pay off. Oh, mishandled it, but
could have been something big.
He made that more difficult than it needed to be, but he does make it pay off. Greg Thomas Cuts the lead to 12 now. 4:17. Still plenty of time, though. They need defensive stops here. And this is a tough guy to stop, Beal. And they're going to call Kevon Freeman. They're going to call him with a hold.
Yeah, it did seem like he had his arm just a little bit too much around him.
Well, I guess your choices are either hold Beal or let him try to score on you. And when he's tried to score on you, he scored on you. That's basically what's happened all day.
Nice use of body there.
So once again, things not going the way of Savannah. They need defensive stops, but they don't. The only benefit to this is if Fort Gordon is missing their free throws. And Michael Fryer goes to the line right now. As we said earlier, our Netcast Sports honorary engineer, Michael Fryer, who assisted us with the broadcast setup before the game. However, we did talk about a trade for Jason and Fryer earlier, and they weren't really interested. The team, they wanted somebody who could come in and contribute immediately, is what they said.
And then they just had to rub it in his face by using the towel to wipe up the sweat.
They said, we're not even going to give you a jersey. We're going to use this as a towel. I mean, Jason's a team player. He took it in stride. He got hustle points. Score underneath the basket. 3:48 left to go. And they're going to count the basket. I think they're going to send Thomas to the line. Still down by 12, but this could help cut it to 11. I mean, 3:48, things are really getting to desperation point for Savannah. So it's not over yet, but they've got to really knuckle down, and that is not helpful. They've got to really knuckle down on the defensive end, and no matter what has happened before, now is the time to lock it down. There's Beal. Good defense by Freeman. Knocks the ball. There's a scramble and a jump ball, and that is going to go. There's some discussion about who's. I don't believe we have possession there. I'm not sure. I'm not clear on whether they're actually going to jump it off. But they are going to jump it off. I'm being told by my crew to pay attention to earlier parts of the game where they jumped the ball off. So this is Freeman and Beal, and Freeman gets the better of it. So great defensive stop there by Kevon Freeman, and then he wins the jump ball. Now let's see what Savannah can do with it. One-on-one play there. Freeman with a rebound up, and that's going to be good. Beal just let him have that one. Oh, and Beal almost has his pass stolen on the inbound, but they're going to call a hold, and it's going to be a 1-and-1. 3:19 left to go. The lead is 10, so we're getting to this foul or defend territory where they're going to try to foul. They're going to try to foul the Fort Gordon players and put them on the line. I hope they miss their free throws. This time is of the essence.
Yeah, stopping the clock is important, but if they are racking in those free throws, it could go the wrong way for them.
Basically, it's a strategy that if you do exactly what Michael Colson did just right there, is get yourself to the line and then hit your free throws. It's a strategy that just never works. Your only hope is that you stretch the game out as long as you can and that the opposing team will miss as many free throws as possible, thus giving you a chance to cut into that lead. But if you drop your free throws like Colson did just right there, it doesn't do you any good. It does give you a little bit more time on the offensive end, but that three-point shooting touch has not been there for them, and that's going to be out of bounds on Colson as he stepped on the line. Fort Gordon smiling. Feeling pretty good right now. Up by 12. Inside to Sinclair. Sinclair drives. Finds himself covered up by 4 jerseys on the inside there. Finally, a 3-ball goes. James Murphy with the big 3-ball. Cuts the lead back to 9. Spin move. Shot is short. Freeman with another big rebound right there. He's really come up big recently. Open shot, score. 2:42 left, down by 7. Savannah with a full court press, and there's going to be a timeout by Fort Gordon, and I think that was a necessary timeout.
So, Marcus, what would you be telling the team if you were Savannah's coach right now?
Well, right now I think you got to keep up with that press. The press has been somewhat effective, but the other problem is I think when the ball they've been disruptive on the defensive end, and when they get those loose balls and those scrambles, they're not diving on the floor and going after them. They're not winning those 50-50 balls, and that's where they really need to pay attention to. The other thing is on the offensive end, there is too much one-on-one play. That has been their Achilles heel all game. Too many times the players are looking to drive, the wings are looking to drive, and the guards are looking to drive, and they've got to look to drive and kick a little bit more. They've got Dixon, they've got Freeman, these other bigs, and a couple of those plays, and I think they would have more effective offense. And then, if the press doesn't work, you have to foul quickly. Meanwhile, for Fort Gordon, it's like keep your head. They're going to press you, and you guys are professionals, and you guys have played for years. So get the ball in, wait for the foul, and if they don't foul you, just find the open man, because the press, there's always an open man. If you're playing your offense correctly, somebody should be coming up from the backcourt. Now they are. Jones gets it in. They're not able to get the foul. So they're just going to fall back into their defense right now. 2:30 left to play, down by 7. Savannah needs a defensive stop in the worst way right here.
See Greg Thomas playing some real heavy D.
Yep, keeps his feet, good movement. That's a deep shot, wild shot, and it's short. And the shot clock was running down. So good defensive stop again by Savannah. Dixon back on the floor as James Murphy goes to the bench. Murphy had that big 3 earlier, just a few minutes ago. Now you see they're going to wait, let that clock start. 2:15. Fort Gordon, a little bit of a mental lapse there. They should have picked him up in the backcourt. And that is a 3 ball that comes at the best possible time, and that cuts it to 4. Maurice Brown with a big 3. So now it's only a 2-possession game. Good double team on the outside by Jones. He hasn't got anybody to get it to. Does get it over to Beal. Beal loses the ball on the spin move. Kick ahead and finish. And just like that, this game has gotten very, very tight. They're only down by 2. 1:46 left to go, and there's another timeout by Fort Gordon. And now the roles have changed just a little bit. Just a little bit. You see a lot more pep in the step over there on the Savannah side. And Fort Gordon is like, hey, you guys, let's just calm down. There's 2 things working against Fort Gordon. It's the ramped up pressure defense from Savannah, and it's the shot clock. You can't just come down and run the 4 corners in pro ball. And so Fort Gordon is kind of trying to stretch the game out or run the clock as much as they can, run down that shot clock, but then they're not really finding themselves in a good spot to take a decent shot when the clock runs down. And you see what happened earlier. Beal, who's been a dominating performer in today's game, suddenly found himself too far from the basket without a move with time running out. And then we've had a wild 3-point shot. So now here's Fort Gordon. They've got Michael Fryer to inbound. Level setting once again, 1:46 on the clock. Inside to Harris. He finds the open man right there. Good inbounds pass there. Harris drives. That's a quick shot. A little too quick, I think, but Harris makes it pay off.
Oh, just couldn't hang on to that one.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Harris with a quick shot, but now they got the ball back, so it works out. There's some argument on the floor. This is going to be contentious. Once again, a playoff berth on the line. A 4-point game. The referees discussing it. Fort Gordon inbound. Full court press. Oh, beautiful over everybody pass. Inside, no good. Tough defense. Savannah let the player get behind there. But yeah, they were able to recover quickly. Now here's a one-on-one play. Oh, and that is a hard foul. And he wants a hold and a shot. So Sinclair is not, I'm not sure if he's going to the line. I think he's going to the line. It did look like he was in the act of shooting, so yes. Down by 4, but these are some big free throws. Now I'm not clear what's happening now. It doesn't look like anybody's getting on the line. I'm very confused. All the Savannah players are back. And Sinclair is talking to the refs. Okay, now we're getting set up here. So Sinclair at the line here. 125. The clock is stopped. 119 to 115. And Sinclair, and that is a big free throw. He missed there, but we got another one coming. He could cut this back to a three-point lead. Now, just remember, just earlier in this quarter, Fort Gordon led by as many as 17. Sinclair's second shot good. That does cut it to three now. Savannah has not led since the third quarter and only led briefly 2 times in the third. But now only trailed by 3. That is a tough mishandling by Beal. And suddenly Beal has, he's pointing over to Michael Fryer and saying that is all me, not you. I mishandled that great feed from Fryer. He's upset with himself.
It's unexpected from Beal.
Yeah, Beal's had a fantastic game, and he's really frustrated with himself right here at the end. But they're still up by 3. Now here's Thomas driving and finish.
Let him right in.
And now that cuts the lead to 1. 1:03 left to go. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. This one is coming down to the wire. We're now under a minute. Harris being picked up in the backcourt. Foul by Kevon Freeman, number 24, as he's caught reaching in. And I believe that will send Harris to the line. So 56.9. It's not the worst thing that could happen for Savannah. If Harris is able to hit 1 or 2 of these free throws, Savannah will still have time to score. And with the 24-second shot clock, we've probably got at least another 2 to 3 possessions, not including stoppage of play for fouls. .9 on the clock. These are big free throws for Harris, though. He's been pretty solid today. He hits the front end there. Now up by 2. Harris with another free throw coming. He could stretch this out back out to a 3-point lead. Oh, no good. Here's an opportunity. Savannah bringing the ball up. Greg Thomas, he wants to keep it. Goes behind his back, up, through, no good. Reverse. Freeman had his hands on the ball, but he couldn't jump over 3 of the Fort Gordon players. 44 seconds on the clock. Ball knocked away. Corralled by Fryer. Fryer keeps it. Now Fort Gordon wants to pull it out. 36 seconds left on the clock. Holding on to that 2-point lead. Here's Fryer working against Thomas. Fryer drives to his right. Euro steps up and through, and that's going to be a travel call on Michael Fryer. He dragged his foot when trying to do that little Euro step through. Good defense there by Greg Thomas. 28.1 seconds left on the clock. Down by 2. Timeout on the floor. I want to let you guys know as I said earlier, you can follow us on Netcast Sports. Not only do you go to netcastsports.com and watch some great live and on-demand action, you can also follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports. If you go to the Netcast Sports website, we have the Cord Cutter's Guide for Sports Fan, where you can go in there and figure out how you can watch many of your favorite sports without a cable subscription. It's just a free publication that we make available. It's not all about Netcast Sports. We're just gathering as much information we can for people who enjoy watching live and on-demand streaming around the country and around the world. And not just basketball, we've included some information in there about rugby and cricket. I am Marcus Shockley alongside Liam Donaldson. You can follow me on Twitter at M_Shockley, where I tweet amazing things, much better than what you've heard today on the broadcast.
Yeah, I haven't tweeted something since maybe freshman year, so about 5-6 years ago.
You're overdue for a tweet there, Liam.
Yeah, I don't even have it downloaded on my phone.
Are you anti-Twitter?
I've just never been good at keeping up with social media.
Other members of the crew are anti-Facebook. You got to pick a social media platform and
I guess I'm a Facebooker.
26 seconds on the clock here. Here's Sinclair. He wants to keep the ball, drives, runs into trouble, looking for a teammate. Nope, keeps it over the top. No good. Battles it. That's going to go out on Fort Gordon. No, they're going to call a jump ball.
Oh,
that is a tough call.
Right here in the last 14 seconds, that's a tough call to make for a ref.
So they're gonna stick with it.
He might need an escort to the car.
Yeah, that is a tough call. I would have to say. Now, of course, one thing is we're on this far side. We're sitting behind the Fort Gordon bench, and 14.5 seconds left on the clock. By the way, we're sitting behind the Fort Gordon bench, so it looked like it went off of Fort Gordon, but it could have been both players had a hand on the ball. So everybody getting in position. Two guards about to jump off here. Sinclair wins the jump ball. 12 seconds left. 10, 9, deep shot. No shot. And they got a timeout on the floor right when that shot was launched by James Murphy for the Savannah Storm with 7.2 seconds left on the clock. I wasn't sure what happened right there. I was like, oh, please don't let that be a travel. That's not the way for this game to end. So here's what we're faced with. If they hit a three ball, they walk out of here with a win. They hit the road back to Savannah knowing they're going to be playing in the playoffs. If they work for two and they hit it, we're going to be playing some extra minutes with an overtime.
Looks like we got the refs explaining to each other what happened with that last call.
Or they're talking about, look, if he hits it, we're all going to Outback after the game. If he misses it, we're going to Subway. I'm in charge here.
That's probably exactly what they're saying.
Yeah. This is a very good officiating crew. They came in force. There are 6 refs here, 3 on the bench, 3 on the floor. I love it. They've been very helpful. 7.2. Now, of course, the reverse of this is if Savannah cannot score here in the next 7.2 seconds, Fort Gordon is going to walk out of here with the playoff berth. And they've played very well today. They've led almost the entirety of this game. So, and really Tyrone Beal has been the driving force for the first 3 quarters. He's in right now. Tough defense being played. Clock has not started. Clock never started. The clock is still 7, and they get the jam, but the clock,
that's not what we needed to happen.
I don't know what they're going to do here.
I mean, it would be down to 1 second.
I mean, I think that they played, if you were to run it back, I think that the play would have been fine. I think it would have been fine. The problem is the clock did not start. So now they're adjusting it. That's it. They're running the clock down to 0, and now there's the, of course, the discussion at the scorer's table about what is going on. So the refs are all working this out, and I believe that's going to do it because the players are wrapping it up. So we'll probably get explanation for the refs momentarily. But for the most part, I think that the timing probably would have worked out anyway. That's going to do it. Fort Gordon with a breakaway dunk to win this one, 122-118. They are going on to the playoffs. Unfortunately for Savannah, their season ends today, and they've got the long ride home. But I'm going to go ahead and give an unofficial player of the game to Tyrone Beal. I've got him down for 35 points.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would disagree with you on that one. He definitely came to play today.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up. On behalf of myself, Marcus Shockley, Liam Donaldson, and the rest of the Netcast Sports crew, I appreciate everybody joining us, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot.